He was 5 and I was 5. Between us, we made 10 the hard way. I remember it was in the spring because the fish were running, the brooks were running, his nose... Totally idly. He was such a cute little fella. He had a top, and he always let me spin it that first spring. And in the winter, he tied a string to the top, made a yo-yo out of it. He was the only 5-year-old kid in the neighborhood with a convertible top. He was such a cute little fella. The next spring, he was 6 and I was 6. Boxcars. We went swimming together that spring, and he asked me what the other part of my bathing suit was for, and I told him. But it wasn't until I was 15 I found out they wasn't earmuffs. 15. What a lovely age. That first pair of high heels, I'll never forget the first day he wore them. He was such a cute, tall fella. And then when we were 17, I'll never forget that spring, he smoked his first cigar. How proudly I wore the band. We was engaged. Totally heartily. When we were 18, he bought his first car, a blue sedan. And that spring we went for a drive and we drove under a low bridge. He was the first kid in the neighborhood with a convertible top. And then came the war. Greetings. Totally heartily. I worked in a shipyard, and how handsome he was in his uniform. And then when it was over, he said we should get married on his GI unemployment insurance. But they turned him down. They said air raid wardens weren't considered veterans. Well, I didn't see him again for a couple of years, until just this spring I run into him again on the street. He was so formal. He tipped his hat. And a heavy gust of wind came along and blew off his toupee. He was still the only fella in the neighborhood with a convertible top.